Did you know that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yah? My goal is to bless you with the word. Listen to it while you're driving. Listen to it while you're walking along the way. Listen to it when you lay down at night. Listen to the word. Genesis chapters 12 through 14. Now Yahweh said to Abram, "Get yourself out of your country, away from your kinsmen, and away from your father's house, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation. I will bless you, and I will make your name great. And you are to be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, but I will curse anyone who curses you. And by you all the families of the earth will be blessed." So Abram went as Yahweh had said to him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. Abram took his wife Sarai, his brother's son Lot, and all their possessions which they had accumulated, as well as the people they had acquired in Haran. Then they set out for the land of Canaan, and entered the land of Canaan. Abram passed through the land to the place called Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. The Canaanites were then in the land. Yahweh appeared to Abram and said, "To your descendants I will give this land." So he built an altar there to Yahweh who had appeared to him. He left that place, went to the hill east of Beit El, and pitched his tent. With Beit El to the west and Ai to the east, he built an altar there and called on the name of Yahweh. Then Abram traveled on, continuing toward Negev. But there was a famine in the land. So Abram went down into Egypt to stay there, because the famine in the land was severe. When he came close to Egypt and was about to enter, he said to Sarai his wife, "Hear now, I know that you are a good-looking woman, so that when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife,' and kill me, but keep you alive. Please say that you are my sister, so that it will go well with me for your sake, and so that I will stay alive because of you." When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians did notice that the woman was very beautiful. Pharaoh's princes saw her and commanded her to Pharaoh, so the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. He treated Abram well for her sake, giving him sheep, cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female slaves, and camels. But Yahweh inflicted great plagues on Pharaoh and his household because of Sarai, Abram's wife. Pharaoh called Abram and said, "What is this that you have done to me? Why didn't you tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, 'She is my sister,' so that I took her to be my own wife? Now therefore, here is your wife. Take her and go away." So Pharaoh gave orders concerning him to his men, and they sent him on his way with his wife and everything he had. Abram went out from Egypt, he, his wife, and everything he had, and Lot with him, into the Negev. Abram became wealthy with much cattle, silver, and gold. As he went on his travels from the Negev, he came to Beit El, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Beit El and Ai, where he had first built the altar, and there Abram called on the name of Yahweh. Lot, who was traveling with Abram, also had flocks, herds, and tents. But the land could not support their living together, because their possessions were too great for them to remain together. Moreover, quarreling arose between Abram's and Lot's herdsmen. The Canaanite and the Perizzite were then living in the land. Abram said to Lot, "Please, let's not have quarreling between me and you, or between my herdsmen and yours, since we're kinsmen. Isn't the whole land there in front of you? Please separate yourself from me. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left." Lot looked up and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered everywhere before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Amorah, like the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt in the direction of Zoar. So Lot chose all the plain of the Jordan for himself, and Lot traveled eastward. Thus they separated themselves from each other. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, and Lot lived in the cities of the plain, setting up his tent near Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were evil, committing great sins against Yahweh. Yahweh said to Abram, after Lot had moved away from him, "Look all around you from where you are, to the north, the south, the east, and the west. All the land you see I will give to you and your descendants forever, and I will make your descendants as numerous as the specks of dust on the earth, so that if a person can count the specks of dust on the earth, then your descendants can be counted. Get up and walk through the length and breadth of the land, because I will give it to you." Abram moved his tent and came to live by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron. There he built an altar to Yahweh. When Amraphel was king of Shinar, Arioch king of Eleazar, Kedorlaomer king of Elam, and Tidal king of Goyim, they made war together against Bera king of Sodom, and against Brisha king of Amorah, Shinav king of Admah, Shemaevar king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is the same as Zoar. All the latter kings joined forces in the Siddim Valley, where the Dead Sea is. They had served Kedorlaomer 12 years, but in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Kedorlaomer and the kings with him came and defeated the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Karanaim, the Zuzim in Ham, the Amim in Shaveh Kiriatayim, and the Hori at Seir, their mountain, all the way to Al Paran by the desert. Next they turned back, came to Ein Mishpat, which is the same as Kadesh, and defeated all the country of the Amalekite, and also the Amorite who lived in the Hatazatzan Tamar. Then the kings of Sodom, Amorah, Admah, Zeboim, and Bela, that is Zoar, came out and arrayed themselves for battle in the Siddim Valley against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goyim, Amraphel, king of Admah, and Arioch, king of Eleazar, 4 kings against the 5. Now the Siddim Valley was full of clay pits, and when the kings of Sodom and Amorah fled, some fell into them, while the rest fled to the hills. The victors took all the possessions of Sodom and Amorah and all their food supply. Then they left. But as they left, they took Lot, Avram's brother's son, and his possessions, since he was living in Sodom. Someone who had escaped came and told Avram, the Hebrew, who was living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol and brother of Aner, all of them allies of Abram. When Abram heard that his nephew had been taken captive, he led out his trained men who had been born in his house, 318 of them, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. During the night, he and his servants divided his forces against them, then attacked and pursued them all the way to Hobah, north of Damasek. He recovered all the goods and brought back his nephew Lot with his goods, together with the women and the other people. After his return from slaughtering Kedorlaomer and the kings with him, the king of Sodom went out to meet him in the Shaveh Valley, also known as the King's Valley. Melchizedek, king of Shalem, brought out bread and wine. He was Cohen of El Elyon, God Most High. So he blessed him with these words: "Blessed be Avram by El Elyon, maker of heaven, of earth, and blessed be El Elyon, who handed your enemies over to you." Avram gave him 1/10 of everything. The king of Sodom said to Avram, "Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself." But Avram answered the king of Sodom, "I have raised my hand in an oath to Yahweh El Elyon, maker of heaven and earth, that I will not take so much as a thread or a sandal thong of anything that is yours, so that you won't be able to say, 'I made Avram rich.' I will take only what my troops have eaten, and the share of the spoil belonging to the men who came with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them have their share."